Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive into karma.
Yeah,
We're going to be looking at this,
big topic.
this big topic that sometimes gets a little bit misunderstood through the lens of Sadhguru's book, Karma, A Yogi's Guide to Crafting Your Destiny. Now, you might have heard of Sadhguru.
Oh, yeah.
He's a yogi and a mystic,
Right.
and he offers kind of a modern take on a lot of ancient wisdom.
Yes, and in this book, he really dives into karma.
He does.
Helps us understand, is this fate? Is this punishment?
Right.
Or is it something else?
Yeah, is it something else entirely?
And what's really cool is he uses humor to kind of illustrate these points.
I love that.
Yeah, he kicks off the book with a story about Shankaran Pillai,
Okay.
who decides he wants to buy a yacht,
Okay.
doesn't pay for it, ends up stranded on an island,
Oh.
totally convinced that his creditors will find him
Oh.
because of karma.
Because of karma, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's a great way to start.
It's a great way to start, and it really highlights how we tend to view karma as this external force
Absolutely.
that's going to get us,
This outside force
Yeah.
that, catches up to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Like we're running from it.
Yeah. Like we're always running from it.
But Sadhguru really challenges that.
He does.
He's like, actually, karma is your own creation.
Oh,
It's not like this cosmic punishment system.
right.
It's the consequence of our actions and our thoughts and our energy.
Yeah.
And this is accumulated over lifetimes.
Oh.
And we're not just talking about like this life,
Right.
We're talking millions of years
Millions of years. Okay, hold on.
of experiences.
So all the actions,
Potentially.
from all of those.
Yeah.
Are we stuck with those consequences then?
It's not so much about being stuck,
Okay.
but it's understanding that our past actions,
Yeah.
they create these tendencies within us,
Okay.
which he calls vasanas.
Okay, so vasanas. I've heard this term before.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
But I don't fully grasp it. How can we
Yeah.
explain it
So
in a way that makes sense for everyday life?
think of it like this.
Okay.
These vasanas, they're like fragrances
Okay.
we give off,
Mm-hmm.
but they're subtle fragrances
Okay.
based on our past actions.
Okay.
And those fragrances attract situations,
Yeah.
people. To us, it's like this
A karmic magnet.
dynamic magnet, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're shaping our reality
In a way.
through
like
these
that.
unseen karmic fragrances.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have a vasana for like procrastination,
Let's say.
am I just doomed to repeat that
Well,
forever?
not necessarily doomed,
Okay.
but it does explain why.
Okay.
Even when you want to get things done,
Yeah.
you might find yourself procrastinating.
Yes.
And to illustrate this,
Okay.
Sadhguru shares a story from his childhood
Okay.
about encountering a cobra.
Oh,
His family.
terrifying.
Yeah, of course. Right. But he felt this kinship with it.
Really?
Yeah, he even caught it
Oh, wow.
mid-escape
Wow.
on his bicycle.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
you know what might be terrifying to one person?
Right.
Could be comforting to another.
Interesting.
Just based on that
Their karmic
karmic makeup.
makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So vasanas explain why we might be drawn to certain situations or people,
Yeah.
even if we don't quite understand why.
Right.
But how does this all relate to the concept of right and wrong?
Okay.
Like, if our actions
Yeah.
are creating these karmic fragrances,
Yeah.
are we being judged for our choices?
Yeah, that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
So-
I like where this is going.
He uses the example of the Pindaris,
Okay.
which was a bandit tribe
Yeah.
who saw robbery as virtuous,
It's a good thing.
as a good thing. Yeah,
So what's considered good in one culture
exactly.
could be bad in another.
Absolutely.
Okay. So karma.
It challenges that,
Yeah.
those fixed notions of right and wrong.
Okay. So it's not about some universal moral code.
Not really.
It's more about understanding cause and effect
Yeah,
on a deeper level.
I think so.
And how does this then challenge that misconception that a lot of people have
Right.
that karma is about punishment?
It's less about judgment
Okay.
and more about consequence.
Consequence. Okay.
Our actions create these ripples,
Right.
and they extend far beyond the initial act.
Yeah.
They influence our personal experiences and the world around us.
The world around us. Okay.
So this brings us to the 4 types of karma.
Okay.
that Sadhguru outlines
Ah,
in the book.
okay.
We've got accumulated,
Okay.
allotted,
Mm-mm.
actionable in the present,
Okay.
and actionable for the future.
Okay, so accumulated karma, is that like the massive warehouse of everything we've ever done?
Imagine it like a cosmic library
Wow.
that's holding records
Okay.
of all your past actions.
Okay.
So then we have allotted karma, and that's the specific package of karma
Okay.
you're dealing with in this lifetime.
Okay.
It's like the selection of books
Oh, I like it.
you've chosen to read in this chapter
Oh, in this chapter.
of
Yeah.
your existence.
Okay, so our allotted karma is influencing our current reality.
Yes,
But we have the power to create new karma
absolutely.
through our present actions.
Yes.
Is that where actionable karma in the present comes in?
Precisely.
Okay.
The choices you make right now,
Yeah.
the actions you take,
Mm-hmm.
they're creating karma for the future,
Right.
shaping the experiences
Wow.
that you'll have down the line.
So it all seems very interconnected.
Yeah.
Like our past is influencing our present choices are shaping our future.
Absolutely.
But where does free will fit into all of this? If we're constantly working through past karma,
Yeah.
do we actually have any control over our lives?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
That's a really good question. It gets to the heart of what Sadhguru calls karma yoga.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not about being passive
Right.
or fatalistic. It's about understanding this interplay
Okay.
of cause and effect
Yeah.
and using that awareness
Mm-hmm.
to make more conscious choices.
Okay.
He emphasizes that the goal isn't to eliminate desire,
Okay.
which a lot of people think is, what
Mhm.
Eastern spirituality is about.
Right. Like get rid of all desires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead,
Right.
it's about moving from unconscious craving
Okay.
to conscious choices
Okay.
that are in alignment with our well-being
Okay.
and the well-being of the world around us.
So it's not about denying our desires,
No.
but understanding where they come from
Yeah.
and making choices
Right.
that are aligned with our deeper values and aspirations.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so it's a refinement
Yeah,
rather than repression.
absolutely.
Okay.
And it requires a shift in perspective,
Ugh.
moving from a doing to a being orientation.
Okay.
Most people chase external things for fulfillment.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll be happy when I
Yeah, when I get that
get that promotion,
promotion when I buy that house.
when I buy that house.
Or, find that perfect partner.
Find that perfect partner,
But true joy comes from aligning our actions
Sadhguru says.
with our inner state of being.
Yes.
Yeah, I've definitely fallen into that trap of
Yeah.
thinking happiness is about achieving or acquiring things.
I think we all do.
So how do we actually make that shift then
So
from doing to being?
he describes two key approaches
Okay.
within karma yoga:
Okay.
awareness
Okay.
and abandon.
Abandon. Okay.
Now, awareness
Yeah.
in this context
Mm-hmm.
isn't just mental alertness,
Okay.
but it's a deeper connection
Yeah.
to our inner consciousness.
Okay.
It's about seeing our actions and their consequences with clarity,
Okay.
without judgment or
Right.
resistance.
So awareness is about paying attention, not just to what we're doing,
Yeah.
but also the motivations and the potential impact of our actions.
Yeah.
Like being mindful of the ripple effects that we're creating.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's abandon.
Abandon.
So this isn't about just doing whatever we want.
No, it's not about throwing caution to the wind,
Okay.
but it's about fully immersing ourselves in action
Okay.
without the expectation of a specific outcome.
Okay.
Think of it like playing a game,
Yeah.
just for the pure joy of it,
Yeah.
not just to win.
Right. It's that childlike sense of wonder
Yes.
and engagement
Yes.
that we often lose as we get older.
I agree.
So it's being present,
Yeah.
whether we're doing something
we
we perceive as important or something as mundane as washing dishes.
Absolutely. It's
Right.
bringing that same level of involvement
Yeah.
to everything.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's awareness and abandon.
Mm-hmm.
And this leads us to a fascinating yogic practice. Okay.
Called Bhuta Shuddhi,
Yes.
which focuses on cleansing the 5 elements within us.
Right.
Earth, water, fire, air,
And ether.
and ether.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cleansing the elements.
Yeah.
How do those elements relate to karma?
So Sadhguru explains that these elements,
Okay.
which make up like the very fabric of our being,
Right.
they actually hold karmic imprints.
Oh, wow.
And Bhuta Shuddhi
Okay.
is a way of purifying these elements,
Okay.
aligning our very essence with our intentions.
Okay.
There are specific practices and meditations associated with Buddhist
Okay.
that involve visualizing and working with each element.
So it's like hitting the refresh button
Kind of, yeah.
on our energetic system,
Yeah.
clearing out those old patterns
Yeah.
and creating space for a fresh start.
Right.
Does he give any specific examples
He does.
of how to work with each element?
He does, but it's
Awesome.
it's beyond the scope of this deep dive.
Okay.
But to give you a taste.
He talks about using the earth element
Okay.
to cultivate stability and grounding,
Okay.
and then the water element
Okay.
to enhance fluidity
Okay.
and emotional balance.
So these practices aim to purify the elements within us.
Yes.
And what's fascinating is that this can have a positive impact
That's
for
right.
the elements around us as well. So
Mhm.
it's like this ripple effect
Yeah.
of positive energy
Right.
radiating outward.
Yeah.
Wow. So it makes you wonder about the impact we're having on the environment
Absolutely.
and each other, not just on a physical level,
Right.
but on an energetic level as well.
Yeah.
It also makes me think about the rising rates of dementia, especially as people are living longer now.
Yeah.
Is there a connection between karma and memory loss,
It's a great question.
according to Sadhguru?
It's an insightful question, and he does address it.
Okay.
You know, he sees the increase in dementia
Yeah.
as a reflection of our focus on physical health
Okay.
without equal attention to
Right.
karmic well-being.
Okay.
It's like, imagine having a powerful computer
Okay.
with outdated software.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so it's not just about keeping our bodies healthy,
Yeah.
but also about creating positive karmic imprints
Right.
so that our minds and energy systems
Yes.
can thrive as we age.
Yeah. I think it's a concern a lot of people have,
It is,
you know, as we're
especially in the context of aging and longevity.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It really highlights the importance of
Yes.
addressing both our physical
Yeah,
and energetic well-being.
and energetic well-being.
Yeah.
So another common question that Sadhguru tackles is this issue of suffering.
Yeah.
Like, why do some people seem to suffer more than others?
Right. Why?
Is that all about karma, too?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a question that's probably crossed all of our minds
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
at some point.
For sure.
What's Sadhguru's take on that?
Well, he
Why do some people suffer more?
he offers a perspective-shifting insight.
Okay.
He says suffering often stems
Okay.
from our reactions to situations,
Okay.
not the situations themselves.
Interesting.
He even gives the example of someone suffering because they didn't get into college,
Right.
while someone else suffers because they did.
Oh, that's so true.
You see?
Two people can be in the same situation,
Exactly.
but their internal experience
Totally different.
is completely different
Yeah.
based on their thoughts and beliefs and reactions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why
So we really do have a choice.
he emphasizes
How we experience things.
the importance of cultivating a state of equanimity.
Equanimity.
Yeah, where we can observe life's ups and downs
Right.
without getting swept away by them.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we become emotionless,
No.
but we learn to respond to challenges with more grace and awareness.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so it's not about avoiding challenges altogether,
Right.
but learning to navigate them with more skill and awareness,
Exactly.
recognizing we have the power to choose our response,
Yeah.
even in the midst of difficulty.
Absolutely.
This all feels connected to a concept
Yeah.
we touched on earlier,
Yeah.
Runo Nubanda.
So Runobanda
Yeah.
refers to the physical memory of relationships,
Okay.
especially sexual ones.
Okay.
And these imprints
Yeah.
can create a sense of entanglement,
Right.
even if the relationship is ended.
Even if it's over.
It's not just emotional baggage.
Right.
There's a physical imprint.
There's like a physical imprint as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And yogic practices
I-
can help cleanse these
Oh, okay.
and free you from those old patterns.
So it makes you reconsider the impact
It does.
of even seemingly insignificant choices and encounters.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And this brings us to one of the most profound states described in the book,
Oh, okay.
samadhi.
Samadhi.
Yeah.
It's a state of profound equanimity
Okay.
where the sense of separation between me and the world dissolves.
So it's not about escaping life,
No.
but experiencing the interconnectedness
Yeah.
of everything.
Everything, yeah.
It sounds almost like a state of pure bliss and oneness. Is that something anyone can achieve?
Well, he describes it as a natural outcome
Okay.
of deep spiritual practice.
Right.
But it's not about forcing or striving.
Right.
It's about dissolving
Yeah.
the layers of karmic conditioning
Right.
that create that sense of separation.
Right.
You know,
Ah.
I've had glimpses of this
Really?
through deep meditation,
Wow.
and it is transformative.
Wow.
It's a feeling of complete peace and unity.
Wow.
Like everything is exactly as it should be.
That sounds incredible.
It is.
Okay, so it seems like the ultimate liberation
Yeah.
from the limitations of karma.
Yeah.
So does Sadhguru suggest any specific practices
He does.
to cultivate this state of samadhi?
He mentions various techniques.
Yeah.
From, advanced meditation practices to
Right.
specific yoga asana.
Okay.
But he emphasizes
Yeah.
that the path to samadhi
Right.
is unique
It's going to be different for everyone.
to each individual.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
a one-size-fits-all.
Right.
He encourages us to explore
Yeah.
and find what resonates
What works for you?
with us
Yeah.
on a deeper level.
So it's not about rigidly adhering to a set of rules,
No.
but about finding our own way
Exactly.
to connect with that inner stillness
Yes.
and dissolve the illusions of separation.
That's it.
So it's a journey of self-discovery
Yeah.
and liberation,
Yeah.
guided by the principles of karma yoga.
Absolutely.
It's fascinating how this conversation has really kind of shifted my perspective from karma being this burden to it being this pathway towards greater freedom and fulfillment.
Right.
I'm curious about something that Sadhguru mentions in the book regarding the concept of duty.
Okay.
He seems to caution against getting too caught up in those rigid ideas
Yeah.
of right and wrong.
He says clinging to those rigid ideas can actually hinder our progress
Yeah.
rather than help it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he suggests that duty, when it's performed out of love and joy,
Yeah.
it can be a beautiful offering to the world.
Yeah.
But if it's done begrudgingly or with a sense of moral superiority,
Right.
it can actually create more entanglement,
Right.
even if the action itself appears good.
Even if it looks good on the outside.
Exactly.
Wow.
He even jokes that if everyone in the world suddenly became super industrious, we would destroy the planet in 20 years.
That's a striking image.
Right.
So it's not about being busy or checking off boxes.
No, not at all.
It's about the energy and intention behind our actions.
Absolutely. It's about aligning our actions with our inner state of being
Okay.
rather than being driven by external pressures
Right.
or a need for validation.
So when we chase external validation or material possessions,
Yeah,
we're essentially giving away our power
that's right.
and letting those things dictate our happiness. Exactly.
It's like that saying that, looking for happiness outside yourself is like waiting for sunshine in a cave facing north.
I love that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It reminds us that true fulfillment comes from within,
Yes.
not from those external achievements or acquisitions.
Sadhguru encourages us to shift our perspective and approach life as an expression of our
Yeah.
inner joy rather than a pursuit of it.
Beautiful.
It's about recognizing that the source of happiness is already within us.
That's such a powerful shift
It is.
in perspective.
Yeah.
It's not about denying our desires
Right.
or becoming passive,
Yeah.
but about aligning our actions with our deepest sense of purpose
Yeah.
and letting our joy radiate outwards.
It reminds me of that story he tells
Oh, yeah.
about the two priests
Okay.
holding a sign
Yeah.
that says the end is near, turn around before it's too late.
Right, right.
And this car comes speeding by
Yeah.
and the driver yells, "Leave us alone, you religious nuts."
Right.
And then,
Right around the corner,
oh no.
they hear this terrible crash.
Oh.
And one priest turns to the other and says,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we should just have the signboard read, "Bridges out."
Oh, that's great. It's funny.
Yeah.
But it highlights that sometimes we need a more practical approach.
Right.
One that meets people where they are
Absolutely.
rather than trying to impose a specific belief system.
Yeah, just offer guidance and support,
Right.
without judgment or dogma.
And that's what I appreciate about Sadhguru's teachings.
Me too.
He doesn't offer those rigid doctrines, but
Right.
provides tools and practices
Yeah.
that empower individuals to find their own path to liberation.
Exactly.
So for someone listening to this who's
Yeah.
feeling inspired
Okay.
to start exploring karma yoga,
Yeah.
what's one simple practice they could try today?
Well, he suggests a practice called the Akashi Mudra,
Okay.
and that involves finding a point of convergence in your energy body,
Okay.
about 17 to 19 inches. From the point between your eyebrows,
Right.
he says that finding this point
Yeah.
can enhance your perceptual abilities
Okay.
and really boost that etheric element within you.
So it's a way of tuning into our energy system
Yeah.
and potentially shifting our perception of the world.
Exactly. And ultimately, that's what karma yoga is all about.
Right.
Expanding our awareness,
Yeah.
making more conscious choices,
Mhm.
and aligning our actions with our deepest sense of purpose.
This has been such an insightful deep dive
It has.
into the world of karma.
I agree.
Sadhguru's book truly challenges us to view karma not as a limitation, but as a pathway to freedom and growth.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in exploring these concepts further.
Yes, definitely.
And on that note, we'll leave you with a thought-provoking question from the book to ponder.
Okay.
What would it feel like to eliminate the question, "What about me?" from your life? Could that be the key to dismantling the chains of karma
Yeah.
and stepping into a life of true liberation?
Great question.
Until next time, keep diving deep.